trigger.
No, the fact that Triple H pulled the trigger on Cena and let him turn heel on his final run.
It's all a bait and switch. It's so that way we can get Rock versus Cena 3 and finally finish the trilogy.
Why do I think Cena going to turn face again at WrestleMania? Then that one Cody actually go Homelander style.
That could actually happen.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right?
I do.
You went live, so I can do it.
Alright, guys. I'm gonna head out. I'll be back.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TWF proudly brings you TWFtv Monday Mayhem. A little late because we were playing my GM with the homies at the Vibe Station, but now we got the show ready to go for you. Our first matchup here, we're gonna see a television title match here. TWF TV championships are going to be on the line as 6 men are going to enter a gauntlet match to see who in that title here tonight. Lots of new faces always joining the TWF as we like to keep it fresh, like to keep it sturdy. But let's get into action. Welcome aboard to the TWF Monday's Mayhem.
The following is a gauntlet.
As TWF Monday Mayhem, after a fantastic pay-per-view from the homeland of the Hammerstein Ballroom, we're back at Madison Square Garden here tonight.
A new superstar enters the match. Eliminations can occur by pinfall or submission. The match continues until one superstar remains, and that superstar will be declared the winner.
6 men entering this matchup. And the television title on the line. Making his way to the ring, the former TWF, a 3-time junior heavyweight champion and a 1-time United States champion. El Fuego Loco's fired up and ready to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Here in Madison Square Garden after a riveting brace for impact, he tried his hand and came up short. Get it, because he's a little small fry, but I'm just kidding. He wasn't even booked for the Homeland show. But we're back here at the bigger venue next door to host our Monday night show. El Fuego Loco will be the one starting this off. Wants to win that title. What up, one? You're running in just in time. We're starting off TWF hot right now with our very first matchup. The world television champion El Tigre de Purpura winning the title in a 4-way dance will defend it here tonight in a gauntlet match to see if he has what it takes. El Tigre de Purpura, one of the newest faces in TWF, making a name for himself by winning that belt quite quickly. You see El Fuego Loco in the ring. This is a gauntlet match. We have other stars going to join us tonight.
Heavyweight champion
El Tigre de Purpura, the purple tiger, makes his way to the ring. He's going to be starting off against El Fuego de Loco in this matchup. Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this beautiful Monday afternoon. It is 2:20 p.m. here in the Chicagoland area. And we're watching some good old-fashioned TWF wrestling. Starting it off hot with the gauntlet matches. El Fuego Loco starting off, tries to hit the springboard, but El Tigre stops him with a bulldog. A Hurricanrana by El Fuego Loco takes him down and mounts him for some offense real quick like. Wait, I forgot I got this set up now. I gotta go into Stream Elements and actually put it in a fun custom message that feels more about me, feels more like me shouting you out. But at the same time, it is a good way to show your link real quick without getting you banned. Making his way to the ring next in this gauntlet match is El Vacío, the Void. These men all knowing that pinfalls can only happen in the ring. Referee, another entrant coming down the ramp as these three combatants already fighting. Who's the next entrant in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen? This is a new face here in TWF. Getting a VIP treatment as El Fuego Loco meets him on the ramp, but runs away as El Vacío almost hits him with a forearm. Puerto Rican Thunder has joined the TWF here. Missing his leg spring. The big kick to the leg as he goes for a springboard arm drop. El Fuego Loco catches El Vacío with a cutter from the springboard as we see El Tigre de Purpura swinging that kendo stick. Puerto Rican Thunder grabbing something from underneath the, and he goes to meet somebody on the ramp. It's Captain Ripple, the former champion, the former world television champion, just getting wrecked by the newcomer here, El Vacío, on the ramp. The action's still happening in the ring as Barry Ripple being tailed down the ring ramp here now. Still have one more person to enter. Who will be the last man in this matchup? Thank you so much, everybody, for joining TWF Mondays Mayhem. No, it can't be. The returning Jack Powell. Jack Powell immediately greeted by El Fuego Loco on the outside, and El Vacío tries to stop El Fuego Loco. Jack Powell returning to TWF here after our first little couple of months ago in the start of 2K25. There's a lot of action here in TWF, ready, raring to go like engines on a racetrack. The DDT by the Puerto Rican Thunder to Captain Ripple. El Vacío and El Tigre de Purpura facing each other as El Tigre sends him back into the ring. A Hurricane Rana onto El Fuego Loco by Puerto Rican Thunder, and now he faces off to El Vacío. Underhook backbreaker as Jack Powell has been growing out his hair since the offseason. The go behind, and a German suplex lifting El Tigre de Purpura just over his head with ease.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
What up, Troy?
Look at it!
Jack Powell making his return to TWF. We currently have Puerto Rican Thunder with a slice spread on the outside to Jack Powell here. El Fuego Loco and El Vacío receives a double knee strike to the face. Going for the cover on El Vacío. This is for the World Television Championship, ladies and gentlemen. That is a common thing about the TWF. You're going to see that television title defended every week, every episode of TWF. Puerto Rican Thunder with a beautiful takedown, but met by and sent into the corner by El Tigre with the tiger kick in the corner. What a big boot by El Tigre de Purpura. And he sizes up El Vacío, but Barry Ripple able to stop him. Captain Ripple, excuse me, as El Fuego Loco's cracking that kendo stick over Puerto Rican Thunder. Nobody's been eliminated yet in this elimination gauntlet match. This is our opening matchup here. Only a 2 count as Ripple clinging on for desperation for that World Television title. He was the TWF's inaugural TWF Television Champion, losing it to El Tigre de Purpura. This is El Tigre's second defense with the title. Jack Powell with the go behind and just tosses the lighter man. The television title is a cover here by the Puerto Rican Thunder and El Fuego Loco, and he kicks out. Referee down, all 6 men in this ring fighting are referee down for the count right now. But Jack Powell on the ropes. Puerto Rican Thunder stopping whatever El Fuego Loco had in store. Has him lifted up and falling with that Puerto Rican edge. Oh my God, El Tigre de Purpura getting a little extreme, doing a rear naked choke suplex onto the steel steps. El Fuego Loco kicks out just in the nick of time though, as Barry Ripple now carrying the Tiger and puts him in that corner. The springboard, El Vacío missing. But Ripple gets the forearm into the corner. Jack Powell goes down by El Vacío, and El Vacío turns his attention right over to El Tigre Purpura. The boot right to the face of the Tiger. And a kick by Ripple here. There's pandemonium happening in the ring as Jack Powell picks him up. Military press. We've seen this man be a dominant tag team champion back in 2K24. But will he eliminate the champion first from the matchup? El Tigre able to kick out quickly, and Jack Powell's fired up. But Puerto Rican Thunder joins him, puts him up in the corner. A big, what a beautiful bulldog from the top rope. Going for the cover on Jack Powell, who's busted open center of the ring here, ladies and gentlemen. Goes for the kick, but Jack Powell's still able to keep up with these Lucha Libre style wrestlers. El Vacío takes down Jack Powell. Captain Ripple grabbing a sledgehammer as he comes in and might turn his attention. Who's he looking at here? Jack Powell kips up and takes a spin kick right from El Vacío. El Fuego Loco eliminates the champion El Tigre de Purpura. There will be a new television champion here tonight. El Fuego Loco, Barry Ripple, Puerto Rican Thunder, El Vacío, and Jack Powell. Puerto Rican Thunder here with his debut, grabs that sledgehammer and wants to bring down Captain Ripple. And he throws the sledgehammer at El Fuego Loco, going for the cover. That, I mean, any normal man would be down, but I don't know if El Fuego Loco will be down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is TWF's Monday Mayhem, and thank you so much for joining us. TWF is brought to you by Tagged Out Tyler and Twitch.tv. TWF is brought to you by the fans here at Tagged Up Wrestling Federation. As we see El Fuego Loco taking it to the new luchador here in TWF, and Ripple turns his attention to El Vacío and Jack, and the crowd, the chat going crazy. Jack Powell taking some chops from Ripple. A DDT, almost lands on that steel steps. A pile driver on the outside to Ripple as El Vacío talking some smack. Ripple no-selling the pile driver, showing that fighting spirit of his. Going for the cover. Will this take out El Vacío? El Fuego de Loco able to get a kick out there, but Puerto Rican Thunder with a sling blade and drop kick right to El Vacío. Puerto Rican Thunder showing off his skills here in this opening match, and El Fuego Loco using his fiery temper to put El Vacío on fire, throwing a fireball right into his face, ladies and gentlemen. Ripple and Jack Powell on the outsides of the ring. El Vacío, his mask might have been cleaned off. But El Vacío holds him up for a stalling brainbuster, maybe? Jack Powell, military press onto Captain Ripple, and military press slam. Going for the cover as the former TV champion able to kick out and keep his spot where he was, able to stay in this match. Returning Jack Powell, delivering a vicious headbutt. The go behind by Puerto Rican Thunder, the newcomer debuting here in TWF here tonight. Taking a shot with some of the big dogs here. Lift him up and dropped him out, set out, slam. Heading up top, and Jack Powell in a bad place. A frog splash from the top, and he breaks up whatever attempt for a pin he had. But will Jack Powell kick out here? El Fuego Loco watches onwards. Jack Powell kicks out. Loco may have let him go for the pinfall there and easily eliminate him because he knows that Jack Powell is a threat. Jack Powell, the longest reigning one half of the longest reigning TWF tag teams. And El Vacío just eliminated just like that. Puerto Rican Thunder, El Fuego Loco, Captain Ripple, and Jack Powell, your final four. And Captain Ripple eliminated. Captain Ripple rolls out as we see El Fuego Loco and Puerto Rican Thunder. Jack Powell inserts himself back into the match. Puerto Rican Thunder with a reversal on Jack Powell and goes for the reversal here. The DDT. Another lifting, gory powerbomb, taking him down. A cover here on El Fuego Loco. The world is looking here at the returning Jack Powell taking on the debuting Puerto Rican Thunder. And the dropkick to the back by Thunder here. Jack Powell takes another shot from that Singapore cane. We are about to crown a new World Television Champion after this gauntlet match. Diving from the second rope, Hurricanrana doesn't finish him off with the pinfall there though. Pulls him back up. Jack Powell be getting toyed with, but don't toy with Jack Powell as he throws a big uppercut. Working over the knee now, picks him up, slams him on the ground, and he's fired up. To go behind, German suplexing. He folded like he just folded like a, oh my God, what did he fold up like?
Rebound lariat pushing off the ropes to give him some extra momentum there. Jack Powell in control of this matchup. The TWF MayheM Arena has been torn to shreds here in Madison Square Garden. A running power slam. I think he's done. Jack Powell looking for something else. Oh, he goes to the corner, champion's corner. Hits a big spear. He's fired on all cylinders here, and he goes for the cover. I think we have a new television champion. And Puerto Rican Thunder kicking out at a deep 2 count after that vicious spear. Jack Powell has to be frustrated. Jack Powell, a former Intercontinental Champion here in TWF, a tag team champion. He's challenged for the world title twice, but came up short to the Big Salami, now known as Doom Nibis. And the spear, yet again, Jack Powell's not playing around, wanting to prove that he's going to be a dominant television champion here.
Here is your winner, and new
Jack Powell winning the new and crowned your new World Television Heavyweight Champion here in TWF. What a big win for Jack Powell, showcasing his skills here in his return match. Big effort here as the Crimson Mask pours down his face here on MayheM. The ring crew's gonna get out here and clean this up. We're gonna get ready for our next matchup, ladies and gentlemen. What an awesome start to our show here as TWF moves on to our next matchup here. Another debuting facing the former champion, Emily Montana. This will be a one-on-one matchup, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll get a prediction going. Emily Montana versus Amber facing each other one-on-one here. We'll have to see how... This is a debuting superstar here in Amber. We'll have to see how she does against the former women's champion here in 2K25's TWF.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Makes her way to the ring, Amber.
Everett, Washington.
Fired up, saying the whole song saying all eyes on her as the TWF universe watches as she makes her way down the ramp. Gonna face the former women's champion, Emily Montana. TWF is brought to you by Tagged Up Tyler, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host here, Tagged Up Tyler, bringing you TWF on Mondays and Thursdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. A big win here as we are waiting to await our next entrant in this matchup, the former women's champion. You know she has to be upset losing that title to Rose Matthews. Amber ready for her first match in TWF. Going to be facing Emily Montana, former women's champion here as the predictions live. Get your channel points in.
And her opponent from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Emily Montana.
Making her way from Fort Wayne, Indiana, all the way here to New York City for this show here tonight. Emily Montana's fired up and ready to go. She looks a little lackadaisical on her way to the ring as she's knowing that she's not the champion anymore, but the stress might be off of her knowing that she's free of the championship's restriction. I mean, honestly, Jack Powell winning was kind of crazy, but it made sense. It felt right. We see Emily Montana fired up for her one-on-one women's match here in TWF, taking on Amber. Emily Montana very sour after losing that women's championship. Collar and elbow tie up. These women grappling here. They might do a little bit of chain wrestling as the arm wrench is put in, working down Amber. The headlock applied here. Beautiful execution here by Emily Montana, showing that she's not just all strength. Sends her off the ropes as Amber with the drop down, a leapfrog, and a drop kick here to start off the match. Amber in control, a stomp to the arm, weakening the limbs here of Emily Montana. As we say weakening the limbs, she double stomps right onto the core of Montana, right into the abdomen, and continues this assault. Immediately, might have been watching some old Dylan Storm tapes as she locks in an Eye of the Storm. Emily Montana able to fight out of that. Emily Montana sends Amber off the ropes, and Hurricanrana by the 6-footer. And a rotating leg drop, keeping the pressure applied here. Off the ropes, we see Amber just sitting there as Emily Montana comes in with a full head of steam and a standing shooting star press. Emily Montana working over the legs now, might be trying to weaken those legs so she can hit a submission later. But as I say that, Emily Montana climbs up to the top rope. She is ready, and she's about to make a big dive here. No. A little miscommunication here. Collar and elbow is he's sent right in. Rolls to the outside. Where is broadcast? There we go. The spin kit. Emily Montana up to Brett's rope here. The diving Meteora from the second rope. And delivers a big leg drop yet again. Goes up top now, up here into our Twitch chat corners. Montana stalking her prey as Amber getting up. And a big crossbody. Emily Montana soaring through the air here in New York City. Throwing in the haymakers right into the face. That's cranking the neck and back of Amber here. Emily Montana here just trying to get a big win. And a crossbody. Belly-to-belly suplex here by Emily Montana. Referee slides into position. 1, 2, 3. The former women's champion proving that she's not playing around here. And that she's claiming her throne she wants to be the champion once again. Amber not able to really get her foot in the door here in the matchup here. But putting on an impressive display here against a former champion in TWF. You know, Emily Montana is searching out for that title win once again. Big Red Benson has a match here tonight. He'll be taking on David. Big Red Benson, Tyler the Cactus's newest addition to TWF. He got his debut win at Brace for Impact. And what a big match he was, defeating and just taking out the face. Colt Danielson, just destroying Colt Danielson. Big Red Benson has his own wrestling or jiu-jitsu school, and he said he wants to take his jiu-jitsu skills to the ring here in TWF. The Cactus said he can make that happen. The imposing 6'10" man, this behemoth jiu-jitsu monster, makes his way to the ring. Not looking phased at all. looking similar. I feel like these two get along because of the mustache. Well, that's why the Cactus and him like each other. Fired up and scanning the crowd for a possible threat. Big Red Benson here to intimidate the crowd. Making his debut here in TWF, David, with the Sword of David here. Dave's not here, man. Man, who greenlit all the pyro here? Must have caught me in the bar. I just went okay. We said okay. David's gonna be taking on Big Red Benson here. As we got our next matchup here, who's gonna win, Big Red Benson or David? $5 minutes up on the board. I don't know if Big Red Benson even needs that after seeing some of the matches he has in Jiu-Jitsu. We'll have to see how he does here in the ring on Monday Mayhem. Making his Monday Mayhem debut, it's Big Red Benson, but he's making his way to the ring right now. He's only known here as David. Big Red Benson not even scared. He's just sitting in that blue corner. David in the other red champion's corner. And Big Red Benson starts off with a head of steam into a wheelbarrow DDT. You see Big Red Benson in control of this matchup over David here. Big Red Benson, the biggest prospect to be brought into the TWF outside of professional wrestling. I mean, Cactus scouts wrestlers, and fakes a dive, making all the fans think that David's gonna get squished here, but no, he ends up just faking out the crowd, showing off his athleticism. The big bad Big Benson. Big Bad Red Benson. Off the ropes. And a kick to the legs. And, brings him down to size for a super kick. And a springboard moonsault. David not going to go easily into the night over Big Red Benson. But Big Red Benson kicking out. A jab. And, I don't know if you want to throw some chops with this guy. But he stands tall after a chop. And another one by Benson. David takes one and gives one as well. These two are just going to trade it back and forth as Big Red Benson, a master belt in jiu-jitsu, is trying his hand in professional wrestling, saying that he thinks that he's tougher. And David, a professional wrestler, saying, take him one more shot. Big Red Benson said, that's all I needed. You gave me an inch and I'm going to take a mile. And the fists are flying, the blood's pouring out on David's skull. These two warriors fighting in the ring here. Big Red Benson shakes off the attack, but a kick. Smart moves here by David, trying to work over the legs of the giant here. Big Red Benson standing at a staggering 6'8". The go-to-sleep German suplex. We've seen that move from the big Salami Jonesy. The springboard takes down the Big Red Benson. Rolls to the side and a big lariat takes him down, but he kicks back up. Off the ropes goes Benson, and he sidesteps the kick by David. And David takes a choke slam thrown around the ring. Big Red Benson looking for something off the top turnbuckle here. Insane. the almost 7-footer hits a perfect shooting star press, and David's still able to kick out here. He goes for it again. He doesn't think. Oh, he's using a cheating tactic, but you know, sometimes you got to get every edge you can in a fight. It's not cheating to hold a submission against the cage, so he views it's not cheating to use the ropes for leverage on a pinfall. But they're back to this test of strength while they're just throwing blows and get back and forth. These chops to the chest, but right to the forehead of David. Jimmy smacked the shit out of Gunther last week. Hell yeah. As we see Big Red Benson reverse that, and they immediately start throwing hammer fists right at each other. Once again, the hockey fight commences. Picked up for it. Oh no. Rikishi driver. Goes for the cover. Will Benson be able to kick out of that? I don't know if he's ever been hit with a pile driver before, but he kicks out just in the nick of time. Big Red Benson wants to be a dominant force here in TWF. A running knee strike. Taking down the Big Red Benson. Will that be enough to put him away? Referees with the count, and only a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. He goes for it one more time. Will Big Red Benson be able to sidestep this, or will he take it? He takes another one. I think that's all she wrote, ladies. I think David might have slayed Goliath here. No, Big Red Benson kicks out, and a reversal. He knows exactly where he's at, and he's fired up. The wheelbarrow DDT by Big Red Benson. He's got you down. Don't let him mount on top of you. Otherwise, he's going to take you out. Oh, no. What's he thinking here? He's in the corner. Oh, Big Red Benson. He's an intimidation factor here. Just walking backwards, like the spider walk like that. Got to be freaking out, David. And, oh, the kiss of death. He's dead in the ring right there. Referee goes for the cover. 2, 3. Big Red Benson with a big win here, proving that he's a force to be reckoned with in TWF.
Here is your winner, Big Redhead Benson.
The Big Redhead Benson, the Cactus's new investment here in TWF. Proving he's 2-0 in big matches in dominant fashion. Proving that he's a high-profile name. You might want to watch out anybody carrying that United States Championship, or anybody carrying a title here in TWF. As we move on to our next matchup. We're going to see the Dudley Boys take on Nick James and Matthew James. This is one of 2 tag team contests here tonight. The Dudley Boys taking on Nick and Matthew James. Together they formed the James Gang. Pair of brothers from Florida who've infiltrated TWF when TWF first started. These guys have been great hands here in TWF. Harrison, you missed a little bit, but you haven't missed too much. You missed Big Red Benson get a big win. You missed our World Television title match to open the show. And Emily Montana got your rivals back in the day. I brought them up when I said that they're back. Yvonne and Bubba making their way to the ring. They are back in TWF. They said they wanted another run at those tag team titles. Getting a win over Tommy Dreamer and Sandman at Brace for Impact last night at the Hammerstein Ballroom. They took us to Dudleyville in that street fight, showing us how it's done. Why are they not entering together as a tag team?
Representing the Dudley Boys,
Interesting that the Dudley boys don't come out with a manager, but it's whatever. We'll fix that in post. We'll fix that. But they're going to be taking on the James gang of Matthew and Nick James here tonight. As TWF brings you the James gang back together once again. Matthew James losing against the current world champion Draco Black in a close matchup last night. He said he's going to focus his compass towards the World Tag Team Championships, something that he has never done. Him and his brother looking to claim those tag team titles once here in TWF. To be fair, there is a couple new belts that Matthew James hasn't held now in the 2K25 iteration of TWF. But in 2K24 he did everything there was, and he said he's going to start this year with the tag titles. The Rock segment with the Dudleys back in the day. You right. This tag team matchup is Bubba and Devon in blue corner and the James gang in the red corner. Devon's going to start off as Nick James will also start off one-on-one. Devon sent into the Dudley's corner. Bubba waiting on the corner. The Dudleys wearing MayheM red. I'm not opposed to it because we do need to find tag team champions. But I had different ideas in mind. You just trust the process, Matthew. Trust the process. Matthew James slaps Devon right in the face, and showing the athleticism over Devon Dudley. But Bubba here. Oh, I thought he was gonna shove Matthew James off, as he does actually. The Dudley boys. These been tag teams champions over 20 times in different federations. Matthew James applying a figure 4 leg lock. He's been favoring that lately here, but Devon Dudley, a veteran in the ring, reversing Matthew James. Harrison B got a big win against Jacob Morrison in a lights out match last night. And he'll be actually in action here tonight, facing Richard Mason for the TWF Lights Out Championship. The two only people who win a Lights Out match are going to finally find out who will be the champion. Into the corner goes Devon Dudley, as Matthew James sends him headfirst right into that corner. Nick James watching onwards, as the James gang he tells the Dudleys they can suck it. Goes for a forearm as Devon reverses it. Turns his attention. I thought he was going to take Nick James out. Instead, tries to just get a full head of steam. Tag team turmoil is every tag team here in TWF trying to find who is going to be the #1 contenders to take on RVD and Sabu for those TWF Tag Team Championships. The James gang wanting to get their shot, and they're throwing their hats in the ring. The collar and elbow tie up as Devon sends him into the corner now. You got to think they're thinking 3D at any moment, knowing that that's such a devastating move. But Devon, no, going for a reverse neckbreaker maybe. Yes, off the ropes. What a neckbreaker, Matthew James. On the ground. Referee goes for the cover as Nick James there to save it. Maybe we'll have some TLC turmoil once more at our next pay-per-view, but it'll be a three-way dance between the Dudleys, Matthew James, and RVD and Sabu. The diving headbutt from Devon. What a vicious move. Going for the cover now. Matthew James down for the count, but it gets his shoulder up just in the nick of time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Tagged Up Tyler and TWF Monday Mayhem. TWF runs every Monday and every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you guys are looking to join the Discord and get your wrestler in, you guys could always just join the Discord by hitting !Discord. And if you !join, you can join the roster here. Devon in the corner. Matthew James, giving a roar and makes a tag to his brother. What are they thinking here? James Gang with a knee strike and a kick. Devon's down. Bubba coming to save him. But Devon down. Devon couldn't kick out as Bubba able to just gets distracted by Matthew James still in the ring. Matthew James and Nick James, the James Gang, throwing Devon out of the ring so they can celebrate their win here tonight. What a big win over the Dudley Boys, former World Tag Team title holders here in TWF and 2K24. But they're not looking good after the James Gang gets a big win here tonight on Monday Mayhem. Up next, we have a three-way dance between a triple threat match between Kennedy Ann, Samantha James, and Isabella Gibson. Matthew and Nick James with their first tag team win ever successfully here in TWF. Or second, because they beat Fergus Stonebridge and Garrett Rogers. You know, Matthew, you may have gotten that world title shot from a tag team match, but maybe you were destined to go for tag team titles anyway. A four-time women's champion in the TWF 2K24 lineup, Kennedy Ann makes her way to the ring, knowing damn well that she is one of the best wrestlers here in TWF. She wants to prove tonight that she has what it takes in a three-way dance against some of the biggest names on our roster for the women's roster. And they want to see you. But Emily Montana does have a chance to get that title back. She also got a big win here tonight. So Kennedy Ann and Emily Montana could be a match coming soon. But then again, anyone who wins this match tonight has a good chance to get into that title match turmoil. Samantha James sitting in the chair, ready. She was just waiting for her chance to even get up and come. Got that chair ready. Thank you, Samantha, for moving the chair. Somebody else might run into it, not see it if they're in their entrance. Very kind of you. Samantha James, though, makes her way to the ring. Sister of Nick and Matthew James, a former women's champion in 2K24 as well, looking to claim the gold here in 2K25. Isabella Gibson. Isabella Gibson makes her way to the ring. Hasn't won a match here in TWF, but she deserves a shot at the big dogs here tonight. We'll see how she does. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Guys, don't forget, if you're not following one, make sure to give him a follow. Here's a shout out one. He's a fucking great streamer. He always is one of the, he's always a vibe late nights. Isabella Gibson immediately trying to take on Samantha James, but Kennedy Ann and Samantha James go with the go behind. Harris, it may or may not be based off of my now ex-girlfriend. And it's like, well, we still need women wrestling, so we're gonna run with it. Samantha James slaps her in the face. Might have to remove you might have to remove Mrs. Cactus. But as Isabella grabbing that kendo stick, but Kennedy Ann grabs that and reverses it and hits her over the head with it. One fall to a finish here. Whoever wins this will definitely be in better contention for that women's title. Isabella outside of the ring as a shaken head. I don't know, she probably saw a ghost or something and was waving at it. The belly by Kennedy Ann right onto Samantha James. That was almost cool. That was almost cool. Off the ropes goes Samantha James, Kennedy Ann underhook and to a neck breaker. Isabella jumps back up, misses her enziguri because Kennedy Ann sidesteps it. And a big punch here. Throwing, and a double teaming Kennedy Ann here by Isabella and Samantha James. Samantha James takes a backbreaker by Isabella Gibson. Floats over, picks her up, power bomb, sits out with it. Kennedy Ann just gonna watch. No, breaks it up. Goes for a chop. Picks her up, Samoan drop by Samantha James, and a Singapore cane to the back by Kennedy Ann. Kennedy Ann cleaning house with that kendo stick like she's the Sandman. Kennedy Ann trying to put Samantha James in a disarmer, face up against that Singapore cane. Isabella Gibson able to break it up, and a drop kick right to the back of the head. She grabs that Singapore cane now and breaks it right over the head of Kennedy Ann. I think Kennedy Ann is busted open here. The blood pouring from her scalp. The quick roll up as Kennedy Ann gets up and just watches. No, breaks it up. We're okay. Working over the downed Isabella Gibson. Kick to the gut by Samantha James. Kennedy Ann with a reversal and a knee and a jawbreaker to Kennedy Ann by Samantha. Collar and elbow puts her in a powerbomb predicament. No, it's a pile driver. Oh, Jesus. Kennedy Ann's neck has got to be broken from that. Isabella Gibson's just having a good time here, ladies and gentlemen. Collar and elbow tie up. Oh, but she reverses Kennedy Ann's big chop and delivers a punch of her own. Scoops her up and slams her up against the apron as Samantha James now picks her up. And what a twisting fireman's carry there, taking down Gibson. Kennedy Ann grabbing Samantha James. Tries to throw her, but Gibson right in the way. And now a flurry of offense here. Oh, I thought it was going to be a backbreaker. Flips her over and a knee strike and shoves her down to the ground. Into the ring goes Gibson as Samantha James turns her attention to a former rival, Kennedy Ann, and starts biting the fingers. Guys, is the catering not enough in the back? Why do you have to keep biting? Load over DDT by Kennedy Ann to Isabella Gibson. Calling out somebody there. I don't know who Miss Gibson was necessarily looking at, but sent over in the ringside area. Kennedy Ann firing herself up on the ringside. That Singapore cane shattered into more wood across the ring here, guys. Why do we have so many Singapore canes? The sledgehammer is grabbed, and she hits Kennedy Ann right in the abdomen with it. And oh, a flurry of offense. An eye poke right into Isabella Gibson's face and continues with the offense right into the back of the head. Kennedy Ann, Samantha James, and Isabella Gibson all fighting here in this matchup, trying to jock for position for that women's title held by Rose Matthews. Rose off duty tonight after a big win in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Needs a night off. But Samantha James sent face first into that as Isabella Gibson goes for a suicide dive onto Kennedy Ann. Widow away. The go behind. Oh no. Isabella Gibson with an unprettier on the outside and turns her attention back to that sledgehammer. Right into the abdomen. Oh, Isabella Gibson getting a... Jesus. Samantha James being dragged around by... Gibson here. As, oh, and she just waves her goodbye and takes her down. Isabella Gibson takes a big senton splash by Samantha James, who's also busted open here in this matchup. The ladies getting busted, getting a little bloody, showing that the men aren't the only ones who get hardcore here in TWF. And a running knee strike by Samantha James right into Kennedy Ann turns her attention back to Gibson. Isabella Gibson with a jawbreaker on the outside, collar and elbow. Go behind. Oh, I thought it was going to be a Pele kick. And a beautiful head scissor takedown. Grabs another Singapore cane. Hasn't there been enough Singapore cane shots, ladies? Kennedy Ann takes another one as Kennedy Ann goes down. Samantha James rolls her up and goes for the cover. Will this be enough to put away Isabella able to kick out just in the nick of time. Kennedy Ann's down. Floats over. Samantha James picks her up for that James sit-out power bomb of hers. Kennedy Ann, though, up and still bloodied and going to turn to her former rival. But, oh, she has one in store for her. Sits out. Isabella Gibson's out. I think this is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Kennedy Ann kicks out just in the nick of time. The springboard, Samantha James missing it. Ladies and gentlemen, these ladies are going the extra distance in this triple threat match. Gibson's dusting her hand of it. Stopping the submission, the crossface by Kennedy Ann. The running knee strike. Yeah. Isabella Gibson might steal the win here. Isabella Gibson stole the win here tonight.
Here is your winner, Isabella Mrs. Cactus Gibson.
A big win here for Isabella Gibson. I agree. All right, let's do a quick recap of what's happened so far for those of you joining who might have missed a little bit of TWFs in our opening hour. In our opening match, we had a gauntlet match for the TWF World Television Championship. We saw El Fuego Loco, El Tigre de Parpara, the champion going into this, El Vacío. Puerto Rican Thunder making his debut. Captain Ripple and Jack Powell making his return. Jack Powell made a mess of the ring, got the win, walked out champion. Amber and Emily, debuting Amber took on Emily Montana here in TWF, and Emily Montana made short work of her, showing her that why she's a former champion and why she wants that belt back. Big Red Benson defeated David in short succession. Following that match with Emily Montana, David didn't stand a chance against the Jiu-Jitsu 6'8" man. The Dudley Boys took a big L against the James gang here tonight. The Duchess of Dudleyville did them no favors. In a triple threat match, Kennedy and Samantha James and Isabella Gibson had a crazy match where Gibson stole the win at the very end. The chat booing like crazy afterwards. Up next, though, we have Harrison B versus Richard Mason one-on-one for the newly appointed Lights Out title. These are the two people who have fought in Lights Out matches and won here in TWF. Lights Out matches, no ropes, no pinfalls, only submission or knockouts. Let's get a prediction up for the for our TWF Lights Out title. Harrison B making his way to the ring. Predictions going live right now, ladies and gentlemen. You have 5 minutes to bet. Richard Mason, he defeated the Cactus in this matchup. And Harrison B got called out by Jacob Morrison into a Lights Out match. But the $1 million man Harrison B, saying he's better than money can buy, makes his way to the ring here. He's got there's a new title on the line, never before seen. And a man who deserves a title shot here. A man who's earned his place. El Vacío is going to pull a Tommy Dreamer WrestleMania type beat on. Jesus. Done. I wish it was, but it ain't. The predictions live, ladies and gentlemen. What up, James? That's Rimble, the People's Champ there. James Rimble. James Rimble McScrimble. Richard Mason with 4,000 tokens bet on him. Harrison B's only got 70. $10,000 tokens bet on Richard Mason here tonight. Richard Mason fan favorited to win this one over. Can everyone bet against me? I mean, they can, but that's up to them. It's a prediction for a reason. The TWF World Lights Out Championship on the line here. I don't know if I like that yellow strap. I might change that to just a black strap. It might look better. Yeah, that's a crazy payout. The title held above her head here tonight. The title on the line in this Lights Out match here on Monday Mayhem. This is the first Monday Mayhem Lights Out match. We've only had one on Turbo and last night at Race for Impact. This is the first one on Monday Mayhem, ladies and gentlemen. Harrison B going to be the first man in here taking on Richard Mason. Harrison B, a former tag team champion 3 times over with Matt Cardona. He led a successful faction in 2K24 with his family, the $1 Million Family, eventually turning on Matt Cardona. Think about how many where are yous I can get. As the bell is called for, these two are going to start it off as... Oh, Harrison's shoving down the smaller competitor here. Harrison might have been hitting the juice on the offseason of TWF. As he said he was looking to go for the world title gold this season. But he's gotten sidetracked on a side quest here for the Lights Out title. As Richard Mason's here facing against Harrison B. A stomp to the chest as another kick to the back. Bro. What up, Troy? B got hoed. No! Isn't that a world main event? Who's ringside? This is the TWF ring crew, because they're gonna put the ring back together after this match. As Harrison and Richard Mason facing each other, right? A big chop. And Harrison gets, Richard Mason getting his foot in the door here. There are no rules besides anything goes in these matchups. All you have to do is make your opponent knocked out, or you gotta make them tap out. Knockouts or tap outs here in Lights Out, as Harrison B showing that he's hardcore, the $1 Million Man trying to fight his way through to the top of the Lights Out division. As he pulls him up for a power bomb, it looks like. Harrison walking to the edge, power bombs him right over the ledge, right almost on top of a fan. Harrison continuing this onslaught to Richard Mason. If Harrison wins, I'm going to be so hurt. All those tokens are going to go away so quickly. A steel chair has been produced by Harrison B as he's looking at Mason down for the count. Harrison got a taste of blood inside of the Lights Out match, and he might like it, but Richard Mason, he's here tonight trying to fight his way up for the title, his first title here in TWF. Sidesteps out of the way. And a big power slam, taking down Harrison on the outside. Gets back onto the ring here as the ring crew watching outside here. Slams right onto the mat. Harrison just in control of this matchup, doing what he wants. Thank you everybody for joining Tagged Up Tyler for Monday Mayhem as we're having our first ever Lights Out World title matchup here. Harrison B and Richard Mason, the only two men who have successfully won Lights Out matches, have been pitted against each other in a Lights Out match. See who wants the gold more here tonight. Harrison throwing some punches over at Mason. As Harrison and Richard Mason throwing big haymakers at one another, they both want to show that they got what it takes. As Harrison already busted open in this matchup, he's been bleeding for a minute here. He sends him out to the ringside area, just trying to catch his breath once again. Harrison, I thought he was going to dive off the ringside here. TWF has to make this a Lights Out unsanctioned match because we do not want to have to pay the medical bills for afterwards. But Harrison be the $1 Million Man stepping in there, knows what he's getting himself into. As he continues using that chair on Richard Mason. Picks him up and slams him. That might be all she wrote there as Harrison B defeats Richard Mason in the first ever World Heavyweight Lights and the World Lights Out title match. The TWF Lights Out champion here in TWF, as Harrison B is going to start a lineage here as the first ever champion, as you guys at home got to watch alongside him write history as the first ever Lights Out TWF World Champion. What a matchup between Richard Mason, where he couldn't really get his foot in the door. Another team here in TWF that is former tag team champions. Dylan.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it!
Oof. Next up, is Dallas still here? Who's destined to win? The tag team champions. Listen to the crowd. All right, your matchups next, buddy. Tag team champ. You're facing the tag team champions in a non-title matchup. RVD and Sabu are gonna take on the Core. Guys, get your channel points in. As the Core makes their way to the ring, Dylan Storm and Cody Storm, the original members of the Core, former tag team champions together. Cody Storm, a four-time tag team champion, once with Dylan Storm and 3 times with his brother Jonathan. Brother Jonathan said he wants to take a break from TWF and he will not be back.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight.
Can I at least try to win some of my points back, Harrison, and keep betting? The Core looking to take on the tag team champions here tonight. RVD and Sabu, the tag team champions, have 4,000 tokens bet up on them here tonight. They're going to be taking on the Core of Dylan Storm and Cody Storm. Cody Storm, one of the longest reigning tag team United States champions, and Dylan Storm, a 5-time United States champion here in TWF. These two brothers have been a part of TWF as almost as long as TWF has had its doors open. RVD and Sabu making their journey to TWF this iteration here on 2K25. All right, that's fair, Harrison. That's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that action. I don't want all the points back, but just some of them. As RVD and Sabu, the tag team champions of TWF currently, defeating the Hardy Boys, defeating the Country Brawlers. We'll have to see how they do against a real tag team here in the TWF, I guess. A team that's established, I want to say. The Hardy Boys haven't won the tag team titles here. As we see it, the Core, we see Jonathan starting off against Sabu, and Sabu gets to go behind Cody Storm and slammed onto the ground. The vicious kicks. Raw still going good. I have not been watching Raw. Although Tagged Up Tyler will start hosting watch-alongs in the Discord for pay-per-views. So, guys, get it. You know, it'll be a little watch party, so we'll start doing that sometimes. Nah, spoiler, you can spoil Raw. I'm not gonna watch Raw. I'll be real. I allow spoilers here. If somebody's not gonna watch Raw, if like somebody wants to watch Raw after that, that's fine. But we've been talking about what's been going on. As Dylan Storm sent off the rope, Sabu with an arm drag taking him down, but Dylan Storm up immediately into a drop kick. This is a interesting matchup here, as Dylan Storm has done. The Core mirrors the James gang here in TWF so perfectly, as they are two brothers here. They're almost yin and yang. Dylan Storm and Matthew James, two men who've done almost everything. JD might break up tonight. The collar and elbow tie up as Dylan Storm picks up Sabu and slams him out with that sit-out slam by Dylan Storm. The Core keeping fresh between the two of them. Ew, they're used zip ties? That's gross. But, oh my god. Zip ties feel gross. I can't. That's insane. The diving moonsault, springboard moonsault by RVD onto Cody Storm here. Sabu walking the ropes. These men here trying their best. You know that the Core wants to get a win here over RVD, over the tag team champions, to solidify themselves a wave of momentum in the tag team division. kinky. Van Dam, oh, gets reversed by Cody Storm as Cody Storm goes for a quick cover on Van Dam. Will this be enough to put him away? Van Dam able to kick out of it quickly. Here we look in the champion's corner. Sabu waits on the ropes here. Van Dam getting stomped out as Cody Storm takes the action right to Van Dam. Cody Storm wearing the Dr. Doom green and white, and we have Dylan Storm wearing the teal and purple Skeletor. They are truly in their villain. The core is truly in their villain arc here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. RVD and Sabu. Sabu just watching, not even going to try. Let ref Luna Rose, male ref Trevor Smith. Okay, Luna Rose. The tag here by the core as they send RVD off the ropes. Up and over. Good double team move as Dylan Storm with a springboard. RVD rolls out of the way. Cody Storm distracting him, and RVD slams him onto the mat. Dylan Storm, though, that flurry of offense by Van Dam on the Cody might have been enough for Dylan Storm to get the advantage over Van Dam here. We see Dylan Storm going up to the Brett's rope here and go for, oh, misses the double axe handle. A Pele kick after ducking under a clothesline. Van Dam on the ropes. Referee might call a rope break here. Kick to the face. And another punch as Van Dam takes control of this matchup. Hurricanrana taking down Dylan Storm. Ref Luna Rose sees the tag and the drop kick by Dylan Storm taking Sabu down. The springboard missing that springboard moonsault. A small package roll up by Sabu. Dylan Storm kicks out quickly though. The springboard Asai moonsault by Sabu is Sabu showing some age but still firing on all cylinders, showing that he hasn't lost a step here. And what a kick right to the face of Dylan Storm. Sabu up top now. Goes for a giant leg drop, but Dylan Storm rolls out of the way. Actually, to be fair, they were able to take bumps before, because Matthew James has speared a female ref in WWE, or in 2K24. Dylan Storm with a wheelbarrow. Cody Storm pulls him down for a cutter, goes for the pinfall. RVD takes out Dylan Storm, and Sabu able to kick out. Cody with a giant splash off the ropes. Dylan Storm sent into the ropes by Van Dam. You know the wave of momentum the Core will have to be feeling if they get a win over the tag team champions here on Monday Mayhem. She made you mad. Matthew, you went for a spear and you ended up missing the person that was right next to her, the ref. The go behind by Cody Storm as they're still outside. Sabu resets the count, allowing them some more time to fight. Sabu with the reversal from the powerbomb as Dylan Storm taking it to RVD out on the other side. These are the two we want to focus on here, as they're the ones that are the legal men. Sabu with an insane Hurricanrana. Cody Storm might be out, unless Sabu brings him back into the ring here. At a 7 count, the referee can stop their count here. TWF is no longer doing the 20 counts, I guess. Dylan Storm pushing Sabu down. Cody Storm has a chance to crawl to the other corner and get Dylan Storm tagged in. But no, he's out cold. Sent into the corner. RVD looking for coast to coast as Sabu holds him in the corner, drop kicks him across. Cody in the corner still. Cody getting up quickly after that, though. Referee's in the ropes. Referee's in the ropes. Dylan Storm able to save it, though. Dylan Storm being dragged by Van Dam, sent into that turnbuckle. And Cody with a lariat. Dragging Van Dam to the center of the ring. Cody Storm in control of this match. Dylan Storm running to the outside. You see an ECW sign here. This is TWF, not ECW, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you're not wrong. This is a good match. The elbow drop by Cody Storm as Dylan Storm waiting for the pin from his for the tag for his older brother. Sends him into the corner. Van Dam looking in trouble, and this time Cody Storm pulls him up. Wheelbarrow. Dallas, you need to name your tag team finisher. The Storm effect. Dylan Storm going up top. Van Dam on the ground. Oh, he's pointing at him as Van Dam not looking good here, ladies and gentlemen. What? Okay, we need to. Okay, we'll change the name of it. We'll change it. We'll change it. Sling blade by Dylan Storm rolls through the drop kick, beautifully executed. Vintage Dylan Storm here, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful execution here. Dylan Storm firing on all cylinders here in the tag team division here. And something we've seen Dylan Storm win many matches here, locking the Eye of the Storm on RVD. Referee seeing the tap out.
Here are your winners. The Chosen One, Cody Storm.
The Storms with a win over the champions.
Dylan Storm.
The Core with a big win over the champions here in TWF. Rob Van Dam and Sabu not able to get a win over Dylan Storm here. I think the tag team division has a big match happening this Thursday on Turbo. Okay, Harrison, I keep losing channel points. I can't be betting against you anymore. And up next, Jonesy, the Doom Nibis, will be taking on Fergus Stonebridge in a #1 contenders match. Special guest referee is none other than the World Heavyweight Champion himself. Predictions live, ladies and gentlemen. And our final main event match, World Champion Draco Black is going to be our guest referee of the evening. He'll be officiating this #1 contender. Matthew James lost at Brace for Impact. World Champion Draco Black defeated him in a
Please welcome the special
is on the A+.
referee for this match, Draco Black.
Draco Black makes his way to the ring, the world champion. Not wearing his referee attire. I guess he's too cool for school. But he'll be facing the one and only, the former World Heavyweight Champion and former United States Champion, the longest TWF United States Champion, Jonesy. Guys, don't forget to follow Jonesy. I think the James Gang and the Core are going to face each other on a tag team matchup on this coming up on Turbo.
And the participants, first from
Probably the junior title.
weighing in at 240 pounds.
Dallas, we don't have the junior title anymore. It's been replaced by the World Television title. Matthew James has a new storyline. He wants to finally win those sweet tag team titles. Oh, I love my new job, Mario. Whenever I work, I'm going to normally be home around 5 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I'll be able to stream into the night to about 10 to 11. I don't know. The James Gang did get a win over the Dudley Boys here tonight, Dallas. Yeah, I got the Chili's job. Dylan Storm and Matthew James arguing in the chat right now backstage during Jonesy's entrance. Matthew James is a Grand Slam champion. You guys are both Grand Slam champions. You've literally done everything in TWF. The only thing Matthew James hasn't done is win those tag team titles, and you're trying to stop him. You're literally being a villain. Matthew James starts his quest for the tag team titles here. But talk to me when you had 2 Denny Grand Slam meals. Funny. Pin comment. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Jacob Morrison needs to confirm. Are you or are you not Azrael Blade? The man who ended the Matthew James world longest title run in TWF. Making his way to the ring. Making it to the semifinals in the Grand Prix Tour of Champions. Fergus Stonebridge defeated Dylan Storm in a #1 contenders match and bet that he could win in a tag team match against the James Gang. You know that he's looking to get that title. He's looking to actually get a chance against the champion one-on-one. Fergus Stonebridge, a newcomer here to TWF, standing 6'10", 450 pounds. He's a behemoth here. And he always asks his opponents, do you have the stones? If Jacob Morrison can neither confirm nor deny that, then Jacob Morrison's got to go through the rankings of TWF like everybody else. He's got to win matches. He doesn't have a fast pass into the stardom. Fergus Stonebridge and the former World Heavyweight Champion Jonesy. Fergus Stonebridge asks Doom Nibis, do you have the stones? And Jonesy replies here tonight, and Jonesy's scared after the size comparison between these two. Working over the leg, smart by Jonesy, but Fergus isn't going to let Jonesy take him down, and a big boot knocking him down. That hockey mask can only protect so much, and the referee calls a rope break there. Not going to let that happen. As we continue on here, the predictions live. Fergus Stonebridge with 5K. My predictions are closed. I didn't bet. Ray Phoenix is finally. On Turbo, you should do. Fergus Stonebridge with a quick cover pin here. A stomp to the gut. We can see what's up. We could try. Dallas, to be honest, I tried to make you do the symbiote on the pay-per-view and it didn't work. I tried to make you wear Carnage. Wait, we'll try it. I want to make it. I think it does look fire. It would also work for you guys being a tag team. Fergus Stonebridge and Jonesy facing each other right here. Fergus picks him up right by the throat and punches him right in the gut. Doom Nibis isn't doing very well as Draco Black might want to face him. Yeah, Carnage is also a symbiote. Fergus Stonebridge and Jonesy in our main event here, fighting to see who will be the #1 contender for Draco Black's title. He's our he's counting down. Please join us in 2 more weeks, ladies and gentlemen, for our upcoming pay-per-view. On Sunday the 13th, we will be back with a pay-per-view as Fergus Stonebridge is just keeping the pressure applied to Jonesy. And oh no, the big man's gonna fly here, ladies and gentlemen. And he takes him down with a shoulder tackle and goes back up one more time. Fergus Stonebridge might be just showing Jonesy that he's got the stones. And delivers a beautiful moonsault by the big man. Cover here. And Jonesy showing that he's not to be taken lightly here in TWF. He's a former world champion for a reason. He's the longest reigning United States champion. But Fergus Stonebridge going for the second moonsault. I don't know if I have Kennedy's alt attire. I'll look. A kick to the head by Fergus Stonebridge. Let's go. I love this game. As Jonesy proving he's not going to be put down by Fergus. But Fergus going to fight tooth and nail against Doom Nibis here. A chop to the chest of Fergus as Fergus throws a big punch right to the face. A kick to the gut, the axe handle, and a clobbering clothesline. Fergus looking for something big here. Might be trying to put Jonesy away. Yeah, I think he's looking for the power bomb. Power bombs him down right to the depths of hell. Fergus Stonebridge showing that he has the stones. And Draco Black counts the pinfall, sealing that our #1 contender here for the world title is Fergus Stonebridge.
Here is your winner,
Fergus Stonebridge becomes our #1 contender. He will be facing Draco Black, as Draco Black called it right down the middle here in that special guest referee match. Fergus Stonebridge and Draco Black will be facing each other come Sunday the 13th of April for the world title. Unless some shenanigans happen along the way, you guys got to watch it along to see. You guys can catch more TWF on Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until then, I've been Tagged Up Tyler, and thank you so much for everybody joining up and watching the streams. I appreciate it, and I love doing these wrestling streams with you guys. They're so much fun. I'm still the best ref. Nobody's taking that spot. Fair. Yeah, we'll do games. But, as for right now, I'm going to make food because I'm starving. So I'm going to make food, eat, and then I'll be back with games. Thank you, everybody, for joining TWF Monday Mayhem for March 31st, 2025. I've been Tagged Up Tyler, and we're going to raid out real quick before we're back with some games. Let's go find some new people to raid out to and go make new friends. Or any of the homies that I fuck with currently. Not really. Alright, let's look for somebody. Anybody got any suggestions for somebody we could raid out with too? I'm always up to raiding out to new people. I found somebody. Actually, we're just gonna end out because I don't know who to raid to, and I'm scared. I'm scared of meeting new people. Ah, bye.